6 months on the Specialized Status 160, I thought it was time to give it a review. So I'm going to jump on, take it for a ride, and let you know what I think about it. There are some things I love about this bike. It is bomber. That's the first real standout with this aluminium frame. It can just withstand a whole lot of punishment. I travel a lot with this bike. I can throw it into a bike bag and I can be super confident when I get it out of that bike bag after traveling, it's going to be in one piece. You can throw it down all sorts of hills and it's going to be more bike than most of us are actually capable of riding. 160 mils of travel up front, 160 mils of travel at the rear, a mullet out of the box, so 29-inch front tyre, 27.5-inch rear tyre. I'm really enjoying that, to be fair. For me, I'm not that tall, 175 centimetres tall, so it's a really good setup for me. In terms of components, I haven't really changed anything. I've got a slightly longer dropper and my NX derailleur that came with the bike. Blew up after about 6 months of super hard riding, so I've changed those out. The other thing I changed, which is always personal preference, is the cockpit setup. I love SQ Lab bars, I love the sweep on those bars, so that's what I've got on the front with some SQ Lab grips and a stem. For this I was riding a Kona Process 153 carbon. That thing was super playful, fun, snappy, you could accelerate super hard on it, and it felt like a fast bike. This bike feels fast, 100%. You can point it downhill and you can just go as fast as you want on it, but it's not as snappy and it's not as playful as that carbon sort of bike. Don't get me wrong, still have heaps of fun on it. You can be playful on this bike, your inputs just have to be bigger. If you're into shuttling and dropping down big hills fast, this is a great rig. You can slacken this thing out in its low setting to have a 63.2 degree head angle, which is pretty crazy. And because it's so slack in that head tube angle, when you ride it around the car park, it feels a bit like a pig. Get it rolling up to speed and it all comes together. If you're gonna do a whole lot of trail riding, maybe this wouldn't be your number one bike to pick. But if you love going fast down hills and are happy to take it easy and just get up a hill, this thing's going to get you up any hill that you pointed at in your local trail network. If you can't ride up the hill, it's probably not the bike's fault. Chances are it's more to do with you. But it's going to be a little bit harder work than a lighter bike. What else can I say about it? I've ridden it in cross-country race, 24-hour cross-country race in the team. That was hard work, but it did the job. Raced at local gravity enduros, great bike, just point and shoot, and you can be really confident on it. As a trail bike, I ride it all the time. It's my one main bike. Componentry-wise, you're getting a super solid package. You can always change out things like derailleurs. It's really important you buy a bike that's the right sort of fit and the right design for your sort of riding. In terms of sizing, I went for an S2, which is a traditional small. Specialized sizing is a little bit different to a lot of other brands, and then the S1 through to S5. S2 is a small. I went for that because I like a bike that's a little bit more playful. This has pretty close reach to my last bike, which was a medium, and it's got a super long wheelbase, super slacked out. So a small was great for me. I'm 175 centimeters tall. I could have gone for a medium, but went for that more sort of playful option. If you're after a really cool bike at a killer price point with the Specialized brand name, this is a pretty sick rig.